Before we get into the actual dialing, the doing part of this equation, let's talk about what happens before that, because this is really where people get stuck. There's something else that gets in the way, and that's what I want to talk about with you here in this training, is what is it that stops us from actually picking up the phone, making the calls? It's deeper than that, because at the end of the day, here's what we need to understand is we don't do what we know how to do. We do what we're programmed to do. And that program is the difference between being a successful top 1% agent and being the rest, or being the top 10% or the bottom 90. So instead, architect a mental process and a belief system that is so rock solid that the words they say don't get you off track. So that's the purpose of this video today, is to understand what's at play here. And it's really connecting the dots between sales performance and our self-image. The self-image being the inner dial that controls and regulates the temperature of the temperature. When I say that, I say it in terms of the relationship between self-image and how I would describe it as the thermometer in our home. But it controls and regulates everything we really get in our lives, how we show up, and whether we get to that dial session or not is hinged on the self-image. So when you have that strong conviction, the inner conviction, the self-image is aligned with the goal. Now you're unstoppable, because you've matched those two things up, and you won't just crumble at the first objection. Sales is a transference of energy. That energy is amplified or dulled down based on how I see myself. Your self-image is the internal picture of how you see yourself, how I see myself. That's what's at play. And it drives what you do, how you show up. And so how a poor self-image actually creates avoidance patterns, especially around prospecting, because I don't feel like it turns into I'm not going to do it, versus I don't feel like it turns into bring it on. That's the difference. Poor self-image says, oh man, I don't want to be rejected today. Strong self-image says, I recognize that rejection is going to be a part of this equation. Let's do it anyway. That's the difference.